My name is Mollie Martin, and for my EDFI560 Technology Integration final presentation, I'm going to give a brief overview of two free technologies that are available for classroom use. The two technologies are Windows Movie Maker and Wiki Pages, specifically talking about Google Sites. This is a web page that informs users about Windows Movie Maker. It provides free downloads for computers and can be supported with all versions of Windows. Windows Movie Maker has 3 different tools for creating a project. These tools consist of the panes, the storyboard or the timeline, and the preview monitor. Each of these tools are labeled with a corresponding number in the picture in the lower left corner of the screen. Number 1, or the menu bar, is typical in all computer functions, and all users should most likely have experience with this. Here is what a Windows Movie Maker presentation will look like when a user first opens a new project. From the picture on the previous slide, all of the functions are displayed. The panes are on the left side and centered at the top, the storyboard is along the bottom, and the preview monitor is the blank black screen on the right. The first tools that I'm going to talk about are the panes. The Contents pane at the top holds all of the media incorporated into the project. If there is more than one project, users can sort the media into different folders corresponding to the correct project. The Dropbox arrow enables the user to select which project they want to work on. It simply holds all of the content for the project. The Task pane on the left is where all of the importing, editing, and publishing takes place. The drop arrows next to each category function can be expanded or minimized. The functions are all easy to use, and the options are easy to navigate. The storyboard or timeline lets users view the sequence of media imported into the Windows Movie Maker project. Once the media is imported into the Contents pane, simply drag it into the storyboard to create the sequence of the movie. Transitions and effects are also visible in the storyboard if the user chooses to incorporate them. Directions on how to drag the media are already displayed on the Movie Maker project from the time it is opened. The preview monitor is where the user can view their project frequently in order to see if it is coming together how they want it to. This tool is great because the movie can be previewed before it is finalized and published by the user. The user can also pause and play as they wish in order to see if the movie is corresponding to the length or time of the project. Here is an example project that I created. I imported pictures of animals for my Zoo Animals project and dragged them into the timeline in the order I wanted. Audio such as music or sound recordings can be an added feature as well. Finishing touches can be added, such as transitions in between each image or imported media. The transitions are in a separate folder under the Contents pane of Windows Movie Maker and are included in each version. Transitions are added by selecting the desired one and dragging it into the timeline, just like the media. When a project is completed, there are different options on how to display it. These are all listed under the Finished Movie category in the Task pane. If a student is using their project for a classroom presentation, they can email it to their teacher or professor or save it on a CD. Moving the project to a flash drive is an easy way as well. Windows Movie Maker can be useful for classroom projects and is a creative way to incorporate pictures from the web or one's own digital camera or cell phone. The audio aspect adds a creative background feature to pictures or text. Windows Movie Maker does and will continue to enable students to create visual projects for assignments or their own personal use. The next free technology I'm going to talk about is wiki pages, specifically Google Sites. The wiki page on this slide is one created by my EDFI504 class. We aligned educational theorists to their theories and created journal reflections about each theorist. The first step to creating a Google site is to click on the Create Page button located at the top right of the screen. It will then give options of what to create. In this case, a web page is the correct choice. A name then has to be inserted into the blank name box, which will be displayed at the top of the Google site. When this is completed, the user then clicks on Create Page. To add or edit features on a Google site, simply click on the Edit Page button at the top right next to the Create Page button. By clicking this, users can add or delete whatever text they want. The great thing about Google Sites is that if the web page is shared by a teacher to all of his or her classmates or students, the teacher can see who added or deleted the material. This allows for due dates on assignments and no copying of other students' work. The More Actions button, located at the top right next to the Create Page and Edit Page button, allows the main user to manage, share, and delete the site. There is also a print option, so a teacher can use a post by a student as an example for the next year's class, or as an example to a parent at a parent-teacher conference. They can also use the examples in conferences that they are publicly speaking at. Wiki pages can be used for different purposes in the classroom. Teachers can post assignments, due dates, and optional documents or links for students. This way, if a student forgets their assignments, they are easily accessible through any computer. Wiki pages are also a great way for parents to keep in contact and see what their child is working on in the classroom. It also shows due dates, so students can be reminded once again that their assignment needs completed. Wiki pages can provide discussion areas for questions or responses to assignments or out-of-class readings. This way, class time gets extended. Finally, students can post reflections, or teachers can have them create their own part of the wiki page, and it can be a year-round project, kind of like a blog about the class. Thank you for listening to my presentation about Windows Movie Maker and wiki pages, specifically Google Sites. Both of these technologies will be used in the classroom for years to come. Thank you. Here is an attribution slide of all the images and web pages I used in creating my presentation. Thank you.